There's always the moment when we're going, and even if we've looked forward to sitting and reading all day, and finally the dishes are clean, the kids are in bed, the quiet has come, and we sit down and we read, and I'll read, and I get 12 and a half minutes in. And then I think I'll look something up. Or my attention wavers. And there's this little moment of, oh, I could go back to reading and really settle in. Or, oh, there's that, I need to put the laundry in the dryer. And I know that if I stay with it and I return to the reading will suddenly open up and hold me. And I found myself reading a poem the other day. And it was the kind of poem that really asked you to pay attention, that took some twists and turns and was so rewarding. And yet, staying with it, there was a place sort of partway through and I kind of flaked out a little bit. And I came back and it rewarded me, of course. And I thought, that's exactly what happens when we are doing these 5 Tibetan rites. You get to kind of 18. You know, that would be enough. It really feels like plenty. Look for those moments. And I promise you, they happen to me every single movement. Every single movement. There's a place before we reach 26 that I'm done. And yet that moment made me aware that I was building the stamina for a poem. Staying with it, 26 counts, coming back day after day and letting that stamina build and seeing myself through that strange little hiccup of attention and moving it out, just 3 more counts. So that when I sit with something important, with someone important, and I hit that little bump, I just know, oh, there it is. There's the gateway into the juice. It was just the beginning, and now we begin. And when I started this, I thought that was the end. I thought that when I hit that bump, I should stop. I thought that when it got a little challenging and I got a little distracted, that it was over. And the Tibetans are this wonderful repetition that invite me to just find the stamina for a poem. To find the threshold and move through it more and more easily. Oh, yeah, let's get to the juice. Where's the reluctance so I can really get going? So just look for it. And when you find it and it knocks you out and you kind of stop and you lose your thoughts, you're like, oh, there I am. And know that I've done it. I've done it over and over. And yet the body continues and rewards us, bringing us together, our nervous system gaining coherence so our lives gain meaning. That's all. That's all. So set your intention as if someone was holding a precious nub of a 16th birthday candle. And they were sharing a wish and said, what would you wish? What would you wish? That this practice will perform miracles. May I know the safety of my own company without comparison, judgment, or critique. May I know the safety of my own expansion as welcome in my own life. And in this may I know the safety of freedom. rub your palms together. And rub your palms together. Rub your palms together. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, we say. And the thank you door opens. And all the thanks around us rush in and say thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for attention. Thank you for your devotion. Thank you for lunch. Thank you for the dishes. Thank you for holding the car door open. Thank you. Thank you for the green light when I really needed it. Thank you. Thank you. And bring it onto your body. And onto your back. Lying back, knees to chest, a little bit side to side. And just pause, letting the low back open, broad and flat. Shake out the feet, shake out the knees. We start in the navel. We loosen the hips, we come up into the chest. Today we're going to do just a little bit of hatha, some standing poses. Shake out the feet, right hand out. Flex point, roll the wrists, open, close the feet, open, close the hands. Stretch like you're standing in that foot. Keep the right hand, keep the right foot. Now open the left and then close it again. And open the left and close it again. And keep that going as you stand clearly in your right foot. Open the left and close it again. 5. And build tree. Drop your left knee wide. So the right arm, the right leg stay as they are. Put your left hand on your left inner thigh. And pressing your hand against the thigh, press the left knee to point up. And then roll it open. 5. Press the knee to point up. And then roll it open. 4. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale, knee rolls open. 3. As though you're bringing the inner thighs closer. And pause. Left knee wide, right hand high and long. Stand in both feet. And bring your knees to your chest and shake out your feet. And the left leg long. And flex point and roll the ankles. And then just change the hands and the legs 3 times. The right side opens. The left side opens. The right side opens. And then keeping hold of the right side, left heel, left hand. Roll the wrist. Open, close the left fist. Stand in the left heel. Keep that. And open the right side. And close. 5. So the left leg is very, very strong. It's your anchor. You're standing on the left heel. And the more you stand on the left, the more freedom there is in the right. 2. 1. Drop your right knee right. Put your right hand to your right inner thigh. And pressing into the thigh, press the knee up. And pressing into the thigh, press the knee wide. So there's resistance the whole way. Opening and closing. Feeling the right side of the low abdomen become active. The inner hip opening, the inner knee opening. 1 more time. Close it up. Inner thighs towards each other. And then the right knee opens for 3 breaths. Let the left ribs be heavy. Feel the pelvis change. And knees to chest. Shake out the feet. Put your hands, thumbs point down, inside the thighs. And let the arms straighten. And you can just shake out the feet. The legs are dangling off of the hands. Widen the knees. And straighten your right leg and press into the heel. And then bring the heel in and press into the left side. And bring it in. So we'll repeat the right for 5. Bend your right elbow. Bring the knee close. And then press away, arm straight, left straight. Bend the knee, bend the elbow, and press 4. And 3. Flex point as you need to. Get the tension all the way out. Smooth out the leg one more time. Deep bend elbow and knee. Press straight. Widen the right knee. Widen the left knee. Anchor the navel. Stabilize the low back. And then bring it in. And bring the knees a little closer. Just give them a reprieve. And then knees wide. Left leg straightens. Bend your left knee, bend your left elbow, bring it close and press it away. So bend it and pull it in and press it away. Each press is exhale 3. Inhale, bend, and exhale 2. And as you press, keep it out. Let the left knee widen, let the right knee widen. Be strong in the left leg. Settle into the low back wide. Like your legs were yawning. And then both knees bend. Put your hands outside the knees and bring them in. And roll yourself up, heels wide. Bend your knees, turn your toes up. And you can keep your knees bent. You can pop a block under each knee if it feels a little tight. Or you can put your legs flat. I'll keep mine on blocks today. Interlace your fingers. And from that base, the heels, the seat, find a circle. Oh. And you're circling around the hips. And you're circling around the low back. And you're circling around the upper back. 3, 2, and you're finding the perfect pace for you. And you reverse. 3, 2, 1. As you sit up tall, reach your right hand down, your left hand over. And then your left hand down, your right hand over. And just where can you go through the side of the hip, the side of the waist, the side of the rib. Inhale as you reach. Exhale as you change. Close your eyes. We'll stay for 30 seconds. Just let the sides open. Bring your elbow close to your body. 4, 3, 2, 1. And reach inside the left. And then reach the right hand inside. So opposite hand inside the opposite foot. And it can be the simplest of turns. It can have a bit of a fold. Reach the opposite. The back hand reaches back. The front hand reaches inside the foot while the other hand reaches back. Start to add the chest. Elbows wide and then hands apart. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach. 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. Find center. Pause. Notice the sides of the body. All the way the sides of the neck, the sides of the ears, up to the crown of the head. And you come onto your right forearm, onto your right hip. And the left foot is flat. And so you're going to take the left hand high and raise the right foot to find the heel, to open and to close, to open. As you reach your heel down towards the floor, let your legs straighten. As you bring it in, let it bend. And as it bends, navel to the spine. And then elbow outside the knee to alternate. Tap the heel, and then elbow, knee. As you do, there's a temptation to collapse the ribs towards the floor. So can you draw the ribs up and go heel and knee and heel and knee. And it's a chance to be a little bit angry. It's a chance to be a little bit forceful. It's a chance to be a little bit warmer. Lift your ribs away from the floor. 3 and knee and heel. 2 and knee and 1 more. Good. Roll onto your back and pause, hands wide, just as we do with the Tibetans. And feel the line from your right heel through your right hip to your left shoulder, out your left hand. Shake out your feet, shake out your knees. Arms are wide, hands are overhead. Take your right hand to your heart and trace up the inner line of your left hand until you put right palm on left. Turn the ribs, turn the hips, keep your feet. And then roll back, hand to heart, right hand wide. Good. Right hand to heart, trace along your arm, reach, roll. And then back to center and open wide. 2 more. You're really turning as far as you can and keeping your heels on the floor, but let the rest of the body really rotate around. And then set it down. And that line, heel, navel, left, is bright. Change sides. So you can roll to your left side, forearm down. Right knee bends, right foot flat. The left heel extends and the right hand high. And see how I collapse? So raising that bottom and drawing the shoulder, bottom ribs up, and then a tap. As you tap, bend your knee. And as you extend it, let it go out. And just find that bottom leg first. Lift the low ribs, drop the shoulder, and then add elbow outside knee. Open, tap, open, elbow, open, tap. We're finding the navel. We're finding this cross-body tap, which crosses left side and right side brain. We get a little heat and we get a little power. Raise the ribs, drop the shoulder. 3. And cross. And 2. And cross. And 1. And cross. And lie back, heels wide, arms wide overhead as starfish. Left hand to the heart. Trace along the right arm until you put your left palm on your right hand. Turn. Trace back down, left hand wide. So as you turn the shoulders, turn the navel, turn the hips, keep the heels. And roll back. Open. 2 more. You're looking to find a twist from the outer left hip to the right ribs. And then pause, open, and notice. We do the same side. No. Hands to knees, roll yourself up. Perfect, and spin it around. Find your hands and knees. And we'll start with a little cat-cow and we'll turn it into moon salutes. So blocks can be up near the front in case you want them. And we didn't put out the petals. So we just pause. May there be miracles here. May we be carried by light and may we attract great wisdom. Arms out, folding. Go slowly. Draw your hands back as you rise to your shins and reach your hands high. Take your time. Lift your heart. And then sweep wide and set back to child. Draw forward. Come forward onto your belly. Rising up and rolling down. 3. Letting your hips be soft. Letting your navel be soft. 1 more. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, down dog. Start to roll through the front body. Let your hips wag side to side, roll through the back body, pressing down into the hands to rise up through the hips. Step your right foot up. Put your left knee to the floor. So if you need to, that's the place where you would bring your hands to your blocks. Bring your hands to your shoulders, and as you do, bring your whole body back, straightening out of that front leg. And from there, hands up high. And hands to shoulders and hands to floor. And stepping up. Hands wide, sit down, thumbs up, heart up, stand up, reach up. And reverse, hands wide, bend your knees, sit it down. Right foot leads, right foot back, right knee down. Hands to shoulders, body back, heart up, hands up. And fold. Step back, down dog. Three. Let your knees bend. Let the arches of your feet broaden and lengthen. High plank to the floor. As you peel to your cobra pose, turn left and open the right. And then fold to child. Step your hands a big step left and sink the right hip, the right shoulder, and drop your head. Into center. Hands draw back, hips rise up, inhaling up. Exhale down. Come forward, belly down, and 3 times rock on the belly, rolling open. Rolling down. Rolling open. Massaging the inner organs. Bending the knees, tuck toes, down dog, pause, lengthen. Feel the momentum of your breathing. Knees are soft. Arms are long. Left foot steps up. Right knee comes down. Hands to shoulders. Body back. Reach up. And hands to shoulders. Hands down. Step up. Hands wide. Sit down. Thumbs up. Stand up. And then widening down. Left foot steps back. Left knee to the floor. Hands to shoulders, hands up high. And back down. Step back. Down dog. Knees to the high plank. All the way down. Cobra, peel open. Turn right. Drop your left hip forward, your left shoulder back. Knees wide, toes together, child, fold. And walk your hands right. Drop your left elbow, drop your left hip. And center. Down dog. Walk your left foot towards your right. Keep both knees soft. Raise your right foot, extending your legs. Reach into your feet. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, widen them, wrap them in towards each other. Press your hands, press your legs straight. Put it together. Bend your elbows, bend your knees, wrap into the middle and drop straight up. Bend your right knee and roll the right knee a little bit open, a little bit open, a little bit open. And step your right foot up. And put your left knee down. Put your blocks inside the right foot. They may be on their belly. They may be on their sides. And the back toes are tucked under so that you can lift off and find a lunge, but your hips stay steady. So knee down, draw your heel in. And then toes to the floor, lift off. Keep your hips quiet. Knee down, pull your heel in, fire your hamstring, and keep it strong, keep it active, and lift off and fire that quadricep and feel your muscle hug to the bone. And go one more, knee down, heel in, hamstring active. Keep it, lift off, quadricep active, heart forward, back leg so strong like you were standing on the wall behind. Right hand, right thigh, turn the navel, hug the thighs. That lifting of the inner heel, hug the thighs, raise your right hand. Turn your palm to the front, spread your chest. 3. Front knee forward, back leg so strong like you were standing on it. 2. And then make little backward circles with your right hand and open the right side chest. Explore, where does it need to go? Back leg so strong. 1 more. And down. Hands to the blocks. Right foot steps back. Hands to the floor. Down dog. Pause. Feel the space in the right armpit. The lift of the right hip. And walk your right towards your left and lift the left foot and open it up. Bend your knees, bend your elbows wide, then wrap them in and push into the floor and press down to straighten out. And bend your elbows and bend your knees and wrap your elbows in and press down the hands, down the right foot and up into the left toe. Bend the left knee, roll the left knee open. And step the left foot up inside the left hand and put the blocks inside the foot. Right knee down. They may be on their belly, they may be on their side. And as you lift off, lift your heart. And I can feel that my back leg is kind of soft. So put your knee down, lift your heel, fire the hamstring. Toe down, fire the quadricep, hug the muscle to the bone. So that the right leg is very steady. And then knee down and heel up. Fire the leg, lift off, fire the quadricep, and hug the bone. That the leg gets more certain. We become more decisive, more clear thinking. Last one, and stay. So my back leg can hold me and I can lift my left hand, hand to thigh, revolve. Right hand holds me, back thigh holds me, left hand lifts me. And I hug the inner thighs and I hug the back leg. And maybe there's a tremble. And I find a little reverse circle in that top arm and I open the chest. Right leg strong, right arm strong. Open 3. Open 2. Open 1. And left hand down. Right knee down, left knee back, set your blocks aside, find your downward facing dog. Plug into the left side, left hand, left armpit opens, left hip up, left heel back. Good. Step both feet forward. Hold opposite elbows. Put a little drop in the elbows, a bend in the knees, weight in the balls of your feet, wag your tail. Reach your elbows forward and your tail back as you sit your seat down. Stay in the balls of your feet. Lead with your elbows, 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 elbows. Press straight down to come straight up. Raise your hands up high. There's going to be a rush of energy Energy, widen your arms, spread your fingers, open the chest. Interlace your hands behind your back, knuckles down, collarbones broad. 3. The whole front body bright with energy. 2. Imagine hugging your forearms towards each other, your knuckles down, your toes up, heart up, navel back. And then letting go, arms rise up. Hold opposite elbows. Elbows up, tail down, bend your knee, tail back. Come back in. Bend your knees. Lead with your heart, with your heart, with your heart, with your heart, with your heart. Fold over, hips up. Straighten your left. And then bend your left and straighten your right. And bend your right knee and straighten your left. And see if you can get the hips a little higher. Open the backs of the knees. Keep your body in contact with your thighs. Bend your knees so you can put your fingertips to the floor and take them to the right, the way that we did in child. And send the left hip back. And the left hip up, away from the left heel, and the left hand out, away from the left shoulder. And then back to center. Hold elbows and sway. Fingertips out, walk left. Send your right hip back and up. Left knee is soft. And then back into center. Holding opposite elbows, drop your head, a little more space in the legs. Elbows lift, tail back. Elbows out, hard up, drop your tail, press straight down, rise straight up, widen out, spreading a great fountain of energy. Interlace your fingers behind you. So that's the habit of your hands. Notice which forefinger is on top and put the opposite forefinger on top, like someone else was holding your hand. Knuckles, maybe a little away from the hips, chest broad, heart high, little wag of the tail, little lift of the chest. 2, ha. Hands up high, right hand holds left wrist, bend your knees. As you press up, left palm facing up, go right. And shake out the left knee, and shake out the left hip, and open the left side. Up to the center. Left hand holds the right wrist, right palm sees the sky. Press down in the right heel and over to the left. Shake out the right knee. And open the right lung, the right arm, the right palm. And center. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms up and open, shoulders down. Look up. Now bring your knuckles under your chin. Widen your elbows, wide elbows, tail back, heart forward, chin forward. Bring it down, elbows wide. Sit, sit, sit. Heart forward, chin forward, elbows fold, body to thighs, hands down, drop your head. Whew. Soft knees, hands reach back. You're just gonna sit down and sweep up. 3 times down, and up. 1 more, down, and up, back circles, loosen the shoulders, loosen the chest. And out the hands and out the feet. And we come into our Tibetans, we come into our 5 rites. We start by loosening. And today I'll turn. The space, the length that you are, the length of your limbs. So decide, does this feel right? Is today the day? I'm just going to stay right here. If you've had a head cold, turning can make you dizzy. The inner ear fluid will thicken when you're sick. So it'll make you feel dizzy. So stay here. Or arms wide and turn. 26, 25. Plant your eyes on one thing. Hold it as long as you can. and come back to it. 21. Take your time. Plant your gaze, and while it's steady, release the wobbling from your mind. 11, 10, 6, 4, 2, pause, and we'll meet lying on our backs, heels wide, hands low. Letting the imbalance pass. Thank you. Thank you for the turmoil. And thank you for the return. Thank you for my body. Home body. Knees to chest. So this is day 3. I'll offer the full gesture and then I'll modify. You pick. Heels up, hands up, palms face down. Heels down, hands open. So as you come, heels up, this is inhale. Heels down, this is exhale. To modify, bend your knees. But you exhale as you extend them. 24. 'See if you can move your arms less. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees bend, arms wide, the height of your heart. Walk your feet out. Shake out the feet. Move your fingers, release any tension. I find the more that I do this, the more I need a moment in between. Widen your heels and let your knees fall left and let the right side become long and the right hand a little higher, and open the right side from the hip to the rib. Encourage it with your hand if you like, and rock your knees to the right and the left hand a little higher, and maybe your right hand encourages the hip away from the shoulder, opening the low body, and let your knees move from side to side. So in classical form, you would not put any other movement in between each of the Tibetan rites. However, I find my low back and my low belly begin to become contracted, shortened, and tightened. And so this just helps there to be some length. Now pause, arms wide, legs long, and notice that there might be a little more space, tenderness, safety in the low abdomen, so that we are prepared to go on. Knees to chest, rising up, pad your knees if you like, tuck your toes under. And starting out, hands on hips, take your left hand high and send your left hip forward. So similar, but now our knees are pinned and so our shoulders can turn. It's the same move that we just did on our backs, but keeping the knees down, let the shoulders turn and open from the knee through the chest. Just one more, because there's such a temptation in this move. If we're hinged back, this is not serving us energetically. So thumbs down, fingers forward, hips forward, chest broad, let it be mobile. You've built a great base, heart up, chin up, and then chin down. So the hips are leading, the heart is leading. And you are so long from pubis to throat. Inhale as you go up, exhale as you go down. 23. 21. 'If you like, hands to the backs of the legs, fingers point down, chest broad. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To your seat, to lie back, arms wide and a little higher than your shoulders. Like a sunrise, front of the body opens. There's a sense of newness. Walk your feet in. Shake out the feet. And start with most modified, rolling up. Put your blocks down beside you so they're there if you need them. When. Hands back, elbows in. So when I start out, I'm rounding. And I gather the elbows in and I plug into the heels of my hands, the very back of my seat, pulling my hips down into the floor, hard up, chest broadens, arms straighten. And then we collapse down, elbows wide. That's exhale. Pressing down, this becomes in. So take your time and break out of the mold of sitting rounded, holding a child, holding a book, holding a phone, holding a steering wheel, holding a laptop. And just let your breath rise to the front of the chest. Elbows wrap in, hands press down, heart comes up. We can't go anywhere until we find that lift of the chest. One more, that'll be 6. So you may continue right here, like you're in cat-cow, rounding and rising. It's a perfect place to stay right there, or plant your palms on the blocks, fingers draped down, heels down, feet down, hips up, and sit down and rise. Inhale, exhale, 20. Working towards straightening your legs in between, but keep them bent if your chest and shoulders don't allow it. Nine, 8, 1 more. Just set a beat. Chest is even. The front is equally open to the upper back. The front of the throat is equally open to the back of the neck. And then lying down. Hands higher than shoulder height, heels wide, this starfish, calling the energy higher, the frequency higher. We're still in the space weather of this Cancer full moon, this great mother. A sensitivity, a listening, a real superpower of noticing right now that may feel uncomfortable. An opportunity to see what is not ordinarily seen, an opportunity to be at home in our bodies, the home, all the ways that we inhabit work and life and bones and blood. Knees to chest. The message of this moon, the message of this frequency is build an inner safety so that you are always at home. Roll up. Press back. And that means not pushing too far. So looking forward, hands out towards child, coming forward, elbows bent. It can be that simple. If that is the home that holds safety, then that is the movement that's appropriate to your shoulders and your body and your breath. Or bring your feet up and your thighs and belly down, and then peel the chest and fold towards child. And maybe you just take that juice all the way to the floor and back. Or the full pose, you tuck your toes and lift your hips, keep your knees bent, and fire yourself forward through the heart. Pull with the balls of your feet. Exhale forward, inhale back. 20. Five, 4, 3, 2. One more. Down dog. Pause, let your head drop. Feet a little closer, feet a little wider. Let your knees bend. Walking your feet to your hands, come to lie down deeply, deeply, sweetly on your back. The whole body opens. Shake out your feet, shake out your knees. Let your breathing lengthen.
Inu